All right. Tuba tuyingiddewo ku sports edition beyond the game wano ku CBM radio. Osanga nnyo wano ku YouTube. Tugenda beera wano ne sports edition almost every Monday ne Friday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Tubeera tukuwa amawulire gonna aga sports. Ekikwatagana ne sports ojjanga wano ku CBM radio. We are the best in this game. Tugatandika leero amawulire tulina mangi because this weekend was action packed. Okutandikira ku the Barclays Premier League, ne mu transfers, ne big announcements zetusanze mweno weekend. So trust me, it's going to be an epic edition today. Tugatandika leero n'amawulire ga Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne ku Lwokutaano ya announcing nti agenda kuva ku Manchester City at the end of the season. Man, I don't know how I can describe this, but man, Kevin De Bruyne buli kimu akikoze. One of the legends we have for this game. Kevin De Bruyne yajja Manchester City ng'ava ku Wolfsburg. Naye ng'ava ku Wolfsburg yali reject wa Chelsea. Okay, but at that time you can't blame Chelsea. Ebiseera ebyo ng'etendekebwa Jose Mourinho. Ebiseera ebyo balina ba star players bangi mu kifo ekyo. Balina ba Frank Lampard, balina ba Oscar the Brazilian. Ebiseera ebyo n'agenda ku Wolfsburg, omupiira gwe ne guimprovinga, then ne bamugula million 6. Naye bamugula million 6, a lot of people were like, is he really worth that money? But this guy came to Manchester City and turned everything. Teri kikopo kyatawangudde. Bikopo 6 ebya Premier League, Champions League, UEFA Super Cup, Club World Cup, the FA Cup awangudde, the Carabao buli kimu akiwangudde. Legend. To me, I describe him as the greatest playmaker the Premier League has ever seen. Legend. Greatest playmaker. Kevin De Bruyne yagambye nti at the end of the season he's going to part ways with Manchester City. Ndowooza abaatuddemu ne balaba tebagenda mwongera contract. Ya of late abadde afuna injuries nyingi. Ate nekyandowooza Manchester City nawe egenda kutandika kintu kye bayita rebuilding. Most of their players abali mu 30s, they want to let them go. Okutandika ne ba John Stones, Kyle Walker tumulaba ali ku Manchester City, ali ku AC Milan, ali ku loan ku Manchester City, ku AC Milan. Tulaba abasajja nga ba Kovacic bonna contracts zaabwe zigwa bajja bata. Bernardo Silva kyalinayo omwaka gumu naye ali mu myaka 3. Yeah, but I think that's good. They should allow in new players. I think Pep Guardiola ekintu kyagezaako zimba kati. I think that's the way to go. He's going to part ways with Manchester City. Man, we're just going to miss this guy. Wadde abamu tubadde tumuwalana nga bwakwata ttiimu yagikuba bubi nnyo, but man, this guy, you have to believe. Yeah, you have to believe this guy was really talented. Away from Kevin De Bruyne, tugenda twafuna amawulire that same day, amawulire ga Thomas Muller. Thomas Muller agenda kuva ku Bayern Munich after I don't know how many years. This guy, legendary, the German guy, this guy, teri kikopo naye kyatawangudde. Awangudde ebikopo 2 ebya Champions League, awangudde World Cup ne German. Atebye goals mpitirivu. Man, this guy is going to leave at the end of the season. Naye emyaka gibadde gimuubira katambaala. I think this is the right time to let him go because of late wadde bamukubanyo n'entebe. Yeah, I think these big clubs, these Saudi Arabian clubs should come in for him. Yeah, but yeah, Thomas Muller, one of the greatest players we've ever seen. Yeah, abadde musambi mulungi. One of his main highlights ngenda ku 2014 World Cup where yakuba hat-trick Portugal mu group stages that season gye batwala World Cup. Yeah, I think those were his prime years. He really performed very well. Ngenda kujukiza ne 2012 Champions League final yali ku kisaawe kyabwe ekya Allianz Arena mu Germany bwe bakuba Chelsea bwe yabakuba yateeba actually omupiira ogwagwa 1-1. Didier Drogba n'abakubashoka header dakika ekirala mu 8 ng'aviira ku cross ya Joan Mata omusipaana. Chelsea n'ebakubira ku penalty. But yeah, Thomas Muller, he has really done it all. He has achieved a lot. Wadde tawangudde Euros, but he has won these major trophies, the Champions League, Bundesliga, so almost every season awangula. Yeah, so at the end of the season he will part ways with Bayern Munich. Then away from that twafunayo n'amawulire ga Matt Hummels. Mwena bamanyi Matt Hummels yasambirako nnyo Borussia Dortmund. Man, this guy, he's one of the best defenders of this modern era when it comes to football. This guy buli kimu akikoze. Nze when nasooka omwaga, I think it was 2013. Mjukira mbiseera bya Champions League, ebiseera ebyo ng'asambira Dortmund. Ebiseera ebyo ng'alina abasajja ng'aba Watford, abasajja ng'aba Lars Bender, aba Roberto Lewandowski, abasajja nga ba Ilkay Gundogan, ba Marco Lewis. Man, this guy was really, really good. He was instrumental mu season ya Dortmund bwe yatwala ekikopo kya Bundesliga then netuuka ne ku finals za Champions League. Eno tiimu neebakuba. Bayern Munich neebakuba. Yeah, but yeah, man, he's one of the greatest defenders we have seen in this modern generation. Then ajja n'atwala World Cup ne Germany. Yeah, buli kimu akiwangudde, to be honest. Buli kimu akiwangudde, so tetumubanja. So he said at the end of the season he's going to retire football. Saa zino asambira AC Roma. Emyaka naye gibadde gimutwala 37 years aba akikubye. So away from that tugenda ku weekend action. Empire gyabaddewo mu weekend. We had lots of games this weekend. Tugenda tandikira ku Barclays Premier League. Nyinza okunyonyola nti Barclays Premier League. But man, to me the biggest game was supposed to be Manchester United versus Manchester City. But man, it ended as a goalless draw. Ndowooza nalabye ne kunanka nga criticizing omupiira ogwo ono legend wa Manchester United Roy Keane n'agamba this is the friendliest derby he has ever seen in his life. Nga bonna abadde friendly bali awo, like it wasn't showing the vibes of the derby because that was no Manchester ne mu kya 15 eyo 16 talina kyamaanyi kyasambira ne Manchester City. I think yazenga agamba njagala draw the way he was playing. Manchester City gwe tumanya akulumba n'akulumba mpaka, but this time around you could see because Pep Guardiola talina Erling Haaland ate bamukuba first leg kati abadde ku Old Trafford. I think he was playing out for a draw. So kati kitegeeza top 4 sport genda kunyuma kati. Top 4 sport tulina teams ngazi Newcastle asamba leero. So I think it's going to be a very instrumental game for Eddie Howe when it comes to qualifying for the top 4. Guno mpira gwetaaga nga bw'okiwulira. For me, the biggest game this weekend, the most entertaining game, I would say Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest. Baade bazanira top 4. Man, this game was, oh my God. Gwawedde biriemu, Aston Villa yawangudde, but yeah man, it was a good game. To me, it was the biggest game. Tugende ne ku Arsenal yagudde draw. Omusambi Alejandro Trossard yatebedde Arsenal, then Everton nefuna penalty. A lot of people were criticizing Zeno penalty. Never gamba, that should not have been a penalty. Man, I don't know, but this officiating in the Premier League, it's getting worse every day. A lot of people are criticizing it. Okutandikira mu VAR, okudda ku referees, and Arsenal feel like they are being biased on. Balowooza ba referees are against them. Bodde bize mabega okutandika ku mpiira egyo gya Brighton, red cards z'aba Declan Rice mpaka kati leero. But most of the people think that penalty was very, very soft. It shouldn't have been a penalty. Then Chelsea yakoze 0-0. Chelsea yakoze 0-0. Chelsea simanyi na kumanya. Bawumuzaamu abasambi abasinga. I think Bodaku Enzo Maresca, I think his main target now Kateri conference. But of course he has to fight for top 4 because Wawangula conference he will only play the Europa League. He won't be guaranteed to play the Champions League. So he needs to up his game when it comes to league games. Nenganze, I think the most battle here is the top 4 now. Because Bogendo Laba kati Nottingham Forest alina points 5-7, Chelsea alina points 5-3. Nebo otandikira mu kyokuna Chelsea alina 5-3, Manchester City 5-2, Aston Villa 5-1, Newcastle 5, then the Fulham 48. Yeah, it's really tight. Top 4 battle we are really going to enjoy because bw'olaba ekikopo kiringa ati pool alinga yakitwala. Pool alinga yatwala ekikopo. And relegation battle, I don't think these people are going to survive. Southampton ye bamusazeewo mathematically. Yesterday on Saturday when he lost the Tottenham game, automatically bamusazeewo agenda kuddayo mu championship. Then the coach wabo Ivan Juric naye na resigninga omulimu n'aguta. So the biggest thing now will be the top 4. Ekikopo kiringa ekyagenda dda despite the fact nti ne Liverpool bamukubye ku weekend 3-2, but he hasn't. Man, gap gy'asinga Arsenal ekyali nyingi. Waliwo naye abadde ansesa agamba ekizibu kiri nti agoba Liverpool naye tali serious. basinga Arsenal points 10. So man, those are like you need like 4 games ngo wangula ngo litawangula, and I think that's very impossible. Arsenal no jetulaba, I think it's really going to be really hard for them. So away from that, ngenda kutwala mu La Liga twabadde ne a lot of action. Twalabye the Giants bonanga babakuba. Twalabye Madrid nga bamukuba 2 Valencia. But for me, I've always anticipated this. When it comes to Valencia, bwebe sambana Real Madrid, trust me, they play it like a final because they have that rivalry. So ompiro go gwawedde 2 nga bakuba Real Madrid, bwe tudda ku Barcelona yakozeemu man. It's really going to be top. It's really going to be tough in the Spanish La Liga. Tulabona akulembedde Barcelona ne points 67 ne Real Madrid's points 63. Then Atletico yawangudde 2 ne points 60. So the battle is between Real Madrid and Barcelona. But still Barcelona has an upper hand because I'm seeing a points nya. Atacha amwinayo ku return leg. So yeah, it's going to be really tough. Nalabye viral videos za mwana mulenzi Rafinha nga munyivu nnyo nga bamaze kukola draw. Ngalaga they had to win the game. I think they bonade ba complaining ku referee nga agamba there was some officiating je batategedde. Yeah, but for me, I think that when Madrid lost, I really wanted also Barcelona to drop points. I just want that competition. Banjagala basigale nga benkanaawo nga beetwala awo wetunyumirwa omupiira. Kiba kirungi ne tugenda osamba eri Clasico ng'oli asingako munne points 2-3 awo. That's when we get to enjoy those games. Away from that, tugenda ne mu Serie A, Italian Serie A. Mpira gya Italy bannange mizibu nnyo nga bw'okiraba. Ono omukulu kabaka bejja waabwe Inter Milan yakoze 2-2. Ne tuddako ono Juventus ne Roma bakozeemu 1. Naye bw'olaba ku table Napoli Inter Milan yakulembedde ne 68 points ne kuddako Napoli alina points 64 wadde Napoli akyalinayo omupiira gw'okusamba leero. Atalanta baamukubye. Atalanta bwe yava mu Champions League, I thought they are going to run for this. They are going to give Inter Milan the run for their money, but they keep on disappointing me. Bamukubyemu 0 Fiorentina. Fiorentina yamukubye goal emu ku 0. Ekene abasinga mbagamba nti Italy yo batera kukola under, especially these big games. Wetwaze ku Juventus naye yakozeemu emu. So Atalanta so I don't think he's still in the race. Alina points 58. Inter Milan amusinga points 10. Ate ezo points 10 nga Inter Milan azikusinga boy. Okuddamu n'omukwata is really hard. So bwe bitwe byagenze mu Italian Serie A. So Napoli agenda kuba asamba, but it's going to be really tough. Bwe tudda mu Germany, Germany bonna bawangudde bakabeja baabo. Bayern yawangula, Bayern bakuze nakubemu 0, but I think Bayern still has an upper hand. Ono coach waabwe Vincent Kompany season agenda batwalira league. Away from that, genda batwala mu French League 1. Paris Saint-Germain, PSG yatute ekikopo kya French League 1. They were crowned champions for the 13th time in their history. PSG, I think they have dominated this league. Already wachina empira nga 8 nayo already amusinga points ndoza nga 2. So PSG abasinga bagamba bagiyita Farmers League bichi. Yeah, but nze when alaba omupiira gwa PSG ne Liverpool, there is a big margin when it comes to football in this league because PSG is extremely good. Bana abasigadde bonna abasingira ddala w'amaanyi nnyo ku mupiira. Olaba yajja wano Quanfield n'atagaza kabaka waffe Liverpool. So PSG they fully deserve it. Because n'omupiira ogwo yatuuziza abasambi bangi ng'olaba aterekera Champions League eno onoredde kiwedde. Amuddako mu bikopo ye Saint Etienne alina ebikopo 10 bya French League 1, ne kuddako Marseille alina ebikopo 9, ne kuddako AS Monaco n'ebikopo 8. But for me, when abasinga bagamba Marseille is the most successful club in French history, in their footballing history, because of Batwara Champions League in 1993, Batwara Champions League, so that gives them advantage. Into inechikopo kubidaya. Walone abadanse santi katola ba Liverpool yebe gamba we can never forget the night in Istanbul in 2005. Chelsea Gamba will never forget 2012 in Munich. Manchester Gamba will never forget 2008, that night in Moscow, in Russia, Batwara Champions League. Then same to Man City Gamba, they will never forget a night to Istanbul. Katigo Haseno Gamba, you will never forget which night. So if said every single you need to win the Champions League. Bobato wangu dezi Champions League, trust me. Never wangu lebikopo bimekevya league. So I think PSG, to make a statement in this league, they need to win the Champions League. And I think this season they are one of those candidates. Bebantu benda banga basambo mpira. You can't count down Paris Saint-Germain, PSG. They are really playing good football. And especially, abasinga twali tuloza nti Kylian Mbappe bwe yavaayo n'agenda mu Real Madrid. Twali tumanyi nti PSG agenda kutusa omutindo. Naye I think this time around you see them, they are playing as a team. Tebaina manya. Everybody is playing for the team. And I like their formation now. Maso on Osman Dembele. Yeah, they are really clicking very well and they are really going to make wonders. So away from that, tugenda soka twatwale ku katono mbulango. We shall be back tugenda, but lero tulina empira mingi, tulina UEFA Champions League, kulokuna tulina Europa, tulina a lot of actions. Ne lero tulina emipira mu Newcastle ne Leicester. You know, it's really going to be. Actually, this is an action-packed week. To China, in the CAF Champions League, to the second leg. Man, this week, to Akwa to Evakachiro. But one of those games, the Turins, the Gunogwaseno, Abasinga, cause man, it's going to be one of those games we have to look out to. So, Kasoket Bulango, to Genakwa to Komao. All right. Tuba tukomyewera tuba tufa mu bulango bwaffe naye nga teweerabira beyond the game hosted by Denzel Osbert Denzel straight one ku CBM radio naye ngezako bajukiza nti tubeera ku YouTube channel yaffe CBM wotwero tusanga ate tubeera wano ku National ICT Hub wane Nakawa we offices zaffe weziri ku CBM Brothers CBM radio tubeera n'amawulire gonna ku byemizannyo sports in general tugera kwa tukutwala ne mu basketball bana bategeera nnyo ensero zi Formula 1 everything so away from that tugenda ku UEFA Champions League enkya tulina emipiira gya Champions League. Arsenal egenda samba Real Madrid, Bayern esambe Inter Milan, Barcelona esambe Dortmund, then PSG esambe Aston Villa. But one of those games we have to anticipate nnyo, and ezigenda okukwata amawulire wano mu Uganda, it's Arsenal versus Real Madrid. Oh my God, it's going to be epic. Abaguzi ba Arsenal badde batujukiza mu 2006 nga bagamba fefa abajja mu Real Madrid ebiseera ebyo, mujjukira Arsenal ebiseera ebyo amakati gaali mu Cesc Fabregas, omupiira ogwo ngujjukira, mwalimu abasajja nga ba Gilberto Silva the Brazilian, twalina abasajja nga ba Dennis Bergkamp, ebiseera ebyo Arsenal ng'erina Thierry Henry yali captain, ng'erina Jens Lehmann mu goolo baashire koolo, naye nga ne Madrid ebiseera yali ejjudde ng'erina bazuzu Zinedine Zidane, ng'erina abasajja nga ba Roberto Carlos, Ronaldo the Brazilian, ng'erina abasajja nga ba Beckham, ina abasajja nga ba Sergio Ramos, but Arsenal pulled up a win. Gwagwa 0-0 ku Highbury, ebiseera ebya Arsenal yali esambira ku Highbury, then kweri ku Santiago Bernabeu ne bamukubirako 0 Madrid. Yeah, but to me, when I analyze that game, I think the average age ya Madrid yali ekuze. Madrid abaseera abasinga bali mu 30s, because bw'olaba ogwo omupiira bw'ogwanalyzinga, bwe twava kweyo season Beckham yagenda mu AC Milan, Zidane n'awumula omupiira bwe twava ku finals za World Cup mu summer, France Italy yakuba France, Ronaldo naye n'ava ku Real Madrid. So ebiseera actually abantu abato be twalina mu tiimu eyo yali Sergio Ramos ne Iker Casillas. Those were the young guys be twalina mu tiimu, n'abasigadde bonna baali basajja bakulu, ba Luis Figo, baani bonna. So tiimu yonna yali ekaddiye. So now it's a different version of Real Madrid. This Real Madrid has won a lot for the past years. Ate Arsenal ebadde tewangula mu champion. Ebadde n'okukiika nga tekiika. Ebadde esembyo kiika last season. So for me, it's going to be a big night at the Emirates. It's really going to be a big night. And ku team news tulabye leero, Arsenal tegenda kuba ne defender bayita Gabriel Magalhaes. Gabriel Magalhaes yafuna hamstring injury last week ku mupiira gwa Fulham. Then Real Madrid tegenda kubeera ne Tchouaméni alina suspension, yellow cards 2. Tebagenda beera ne Dani Ceballos naye alina injury. Tebagenda beera ne Ferland Mendy, the Frenchman. Tebagenda beera ne Eder Militao, abasajja nga Dani Carvajal ne goalkeeper ge bayita Lunini. Kotwa yagenda okukwata cause ne ku weekend bakosira third choice goalkeeper ge bayita Gonzalez. Kotwa bagambye agenda kubeera mu goal, though he's not fully fit, but he has to be in goal. I think Carlo Ancelotti is trying to take that risk because he knows how big this game is to him. Because Bobo genda olaba La Liga egenda baamusika nnyo muguwa. So the only chance he has for this silverware, I think it's the Champions League. Champions League, they still have a chance. One thing I know about Real Madrid, you can never rule them out of the Champions League. Ekyo kikopo kyabwe bakitegeera. They have won this trophy 15 times. 15 times. Amuddako alina emirundi nga 7. Oba ye AC Milan, Liverpool alina emirundi 6. So you can see how much they have dominated this tournament. They really understand the Champions League. So it's going to be a big game. Nalabye leero ku interviews bakoze press conference, Mikel Arteta yagambye nti ng'omuntu yakulira mu academy ya Barcelona baawulira ayagala nnyo Samba Madrid agikube. Then Saka yabadde ayogera eri mawulire n'agamba nti awulira ayagala wangulayo ekintu ng'ayambadde jaze ya Arsenal. So it's going to be a big night. It's going to be a big night. Away from that, tugenda ku mupiira gwa Bayern Munich ne Inter Milan. It's going to be a big game. Nalabye Bayern Munich yasafaringa injury over the weekend ono Jamal Musiala yafunamu ka injury. So it's going to really be, they are really going to miss him. He's one of those young prospects between now and footballing world sawa zino mbogamba and at least they can have an impact on the game. Then Inter Milan yakoze 2-2. But one thing I know about Inter Milan, they are going to defend this game. There's tactics za Inzaghi Simon, coach wa Inter Milan, ekyo ekintu kya defense basatu abo bazibira omupiira Inter Milan. So it's going to be one of these big games also to look out to. But for me, mmanyi ogwo omupiira tegujabeera mu goals nyingi. Inter Milan is really going to defend this game. Then away from that tugenda samba Barcelona ne Dortmund. I think I'm going to give Barcelona the green light to this game. Barcelona is really they are really on form. Ate nalabye over the weekend ono Rafinha yatandikira ku bench, so kikulaga nti Hans Flick coach wa Barcelona nti Champions League agitaddeko nnyo amaaso wadde ne La Liga ali mu race, but all his efforts olaba nti aziteeka ku guno omupiira gwa Champions League. He really wants to achieve something big in this game, but I'm going to give them a good night. Then guno gwa PSG ne Aston Villa, it's going to be one of those games I also want to look out to. And manya abasinga bagamba PSG, but people don't forget Aston Villa has been, yes, but they have been performing. They have been in Europe for a long time, but these people have Champions League trophies. Bayina ebikopo bya Champions League. Ebiseera ebyo bayite bagiyita UEFA Champions League. Bali bagiyita UEFA yali tena bana kufuuka UEFA, bali bagiyita European Cups. Ebiseera ebyo yawangula ebikopo ba kyali kimu ekya European Cup. Ne Nottingham Forest by the way ina bibiri. Ebiseera ebyo bya Brian Clough, ebiseera ebyo bya 1982 ebiseera man Nottingham Forest yali amaanyi. So for me I see this is going to be a big game. Then Arabia on the press conference on Martinez, you know, one thing about Emi Martinez is the king of mind games. Yabadde agamba nti timu tejja kubeera ku pressure except him. Yabadde agamba nti abawagizi ba France amanyi bajja kuba mu booinga, bajja kuba bagezaako kukola everything to threaten him. But yagambye he's ready for them. Emiliano Martinez mwena abamujjukira mu Qatar mu World Cup ya 2022 yali goalkeeper wa Argentina ngekuba France ku final za the World Cup. Era nezo gestures yakola ezo nga amaze okukwata golden glove. So yagamba nti abagizi ba France abalinze he's ready to give them the test of their own medicine. So Emiliano Martinez, but we can't rule out he's one of the best goalkeepers between Museno. Era before wanonga tuva international break yagambye nti ye kasita wangula the next World Cup he's going to retire international football. Ngenda kuva ku byensi because buli kimu aba kiwangudde, cause kati ayina Copa America 2 aba yongeddeko World Cup ey'okubiri. Yagambye kasita Argentina bagiwa bwe bate ekikopo, he's retiring because abatalina kirala kyasambira, and he's right because buli kimu aba kiwangudde. World Cup 2 n'obeeyandizi Copa America 2. Trust me, he'll go down to be one of those legendary goalkeepers wano mu Argentina. Bwe tuba twogera ku legendary figures mu Argentina, yogera ku ba Diego Maradona, ba Lionel Messi, nange mba muteekamu eyo bracket because aba akoze bulungi. So away from that, tugenda tuya kubeera ne Europa League. Tugenda abasinga bagiyita ladies night. Manchester United tuba tugenze mu kikopo kye ekya Europa League. I think teams nyingi kati ezibalidde ku Europa League. Bw'oba ogenda olaba nga tiimu nga Tottenham Hotspurs ekola bubi mu league. All their hopes I think yonna agitadde ku Europa League. Manchester United agenda kuba asamba Lyon, Eintracht Frankfurt agenda kuba asamba Spurs, Athletic Club Bilbao agenda kuba asamba Rangers, then Lazio agenda kuba asamba Bodo Glimt. Yeah, but for me, these two Premier League teams in upper hand oyitawo. Spurs agenda nze to me ndabe agenda kumegana ne Frankfurt, they are going to do better. Ate Frankfurt jukira bagisokolamu abasambi awo mu January bagijjamu Meyamosh. Manchester City, Miyamoshi nagenda ku Manchester City. Yeah, but I think it's going to be one of the tough games. Frankfurt yawangula Europa like 3 seasons ago, so they have the experience when it comes to the Europa League, so you can't rule them out. Then Manchester United, I think they are going to pass this test of Lyon. For me, zino teams of France stera nyoziwa, man, this league abasinga bagita Farmers League, the competition is not that tight when it comes, because like the past 2013 there are only 2 teams except is tutemu ebikopo except PSG. Ogenda kuteeka mu team nga lire yakitwala mu COVID, then twalina ne AS Monaco 2016. Eyo Monaco yali ya tabu. Abajjukira eyo Monaco ebiseera ebyo yaba Fabinho ono Kylian Mbappe yali akyali mwana muto balina ebiseera ba Bernardo Silva that Monaco was really good ba Ramadel Falcao yo team yali nungi nnyo nga bw'okiwulira so away from that tugenda beera ne Europa League so it's going to be trust me, this weekend is really action chapped. So away from the Europa League, ngenda batwalako mu CAF Champions League. Nkugambye no wiki yo baba. Mupira ku mipira. CAF Champions League tugenda beera ne Al Hilal. Al Hilal agenda kwasamba ne Al Hilal abasinga temuzaawula. Al Hilal eno ya Egypt yono kameja wa Champions League wa Africa ava mu Egypt yasinga yekabeja gwe tunzo yitanga Real Madrid ne first leg gwagwemu 0 so it's going to be a tough game bagenda kubeera kwawe Pyramids yakuba AS yamukuba golo nyakwemu Sundowns ne kuba AS Tunis emu 0 then Orlando Pirates nakuba MC Alger emu 0 nze ngenda backinga zino teams za South Africa. I think they have really improved a lot when it comes to Champions League. Sundowns ono ne Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates ntaka kwagala omusambi ono omwana omutoge bayita Mofokeng. This guy is very young and very talented. So it's going to be a tough week. Nenge gisinga mpira jancha. Sundowns wancha, Pyramids wancha, Al Hilal wancha okujjako Orlando Pirates walwa kusatu nenga encha temwerabira tuwagire gino empiira gya Africa naffe tuzimbe ekintu kyaffe kya CAF Champions League. So away from that tugenda mu Premier League Barclays Premier League leero tugenda kubeera in action Newcastle versus Leicester. Leicester ebizibu bya Leicester banange simanyi nawe nkutandikira naye ono omutendesi waabwe Ruud van Nistelrooy I think he made a wrong choice ogenda mu ekisooka la season yali avudde ku PSV ng'atutte ekikopo kya liiga eyo mu Netherlands bw'ajja ku Manchester United n'afuuka assistant coach wa Ten Hag kati laba Ten Hag bw'avaawo ate n'agenda. For me I felt like he lowered the bar okuvanga eri ng'obadde champion ate n'ojja oba assistant coach so Leicester bwe yatuuse tebibadde byangu bamukubye left and right for like the past 15 games he has only won one game yakuba Tottenham Spurs 2-1 so it's going to be really tough for them. I think Newcastle they really need this game if they want to go for the Champions League spot. They really have to win this game. If they qualify for the Champions League and they won the Carabao Cup, it will be Eddie Howe's one of successful seasons one ku Newcastle. So they really need that spot. Ate jukira abasambi abalungi kati nga Isaac mu contract ye mulimu bate bagenze mu Champions League bamutana agenda. So if they want to retain those big players, they really need to go for the Champions League. So to me I feel they have to win this. It's a must-win game for them. So eno Leicester yo kati bwenje ku breakingira down ebiseera ebyo byabatira manzi ebiseera ebyo nze bwenzijukira ku ebiseera bye babagulamu abasambi abo bwenjukira batwala ekikopo ebiseera byaba Dwayne Drinkwater ebiseera byaba Huth ebiseera byaba Kasper Schmeichel ba Jamie Vardy ba Riyad Mahrez ba N'Golo Kante man those days I think it's one of the things that's affecting these teams. Batuuka ne bazigulamu abasambi ate ne rebuild nebalema kyekimu kyola kati tiimu nga zi Brighton zigenda zisa omutindo so I think they really need to sit down on board and they change a lot when it comes to management. So away from that tugenda batwalako mu rumors waliwo rumors ntencha ku mupiira gwa Arsenal ne Real Madrid ono agent wa Victor Gyökeres agenda beera ku Emirates Stadium. Those are rumors bagamba nti because Arsenal linked to him Arsenal yagala leeta mu Victor Gyökeres eriko ne ku Nico Williams but those are rumors because already tetunatandika akatale tetunatandika okugula but those are rumors so I think Arsenal ekimanyi ate ne Ateta ayagala gula ba strikers, ayagala gula kongeramu mu forward ye because his defense is really nice. Ayagala just kongeramu mu forwards ye cause abada yali agala Isaka kati nga bamuseera sente empitirivu. So kati yali ayogera ku Victor Gyökeres ne Nico Williams kuva mu Atletico Bilbao. So away from that tugenda kweza ne Manchester United naye badde gambe yagala striker nenga most of their nanka badde bagitadde ku Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen omwana wa Nigeria ayagala for Victor Osimhen yengo omuntu ayagala kujja ku Manchester United because his relationship ne Napoli ya going sawa. He doesn't want to stay in Napoli. Ate contract ye cha running. So ndoza Manchester United jakwa itaga millions nga 8 za pounds okufuna oyo mwana. I think he's going to work for them. But tunuira ku striking line ya Manchester United ogiramu ebituli bingi. Otandikira kuba Rasmus Hojland okudda ku bazexi man olaba they still need to do a lot. Ate kati abasambi abasinga kyemanyi tebagenda kukomawo. Abasambi nga Anthony ono ku Real Betis is really doing great. I think they should sell him out. They should sell him. Bodda ku Marcus Rashford kwano kwa Aston Villa yabadde agamba nti he is ready to reduce his salary so that asigare kwa Aston Villa. So kyekikuwa picture mpya nti Ruben Almiron ayagala ku building ekintu ekipya. Yeah, but I think it's really worth it. Ate kati nalaba ne rumors za Bruno Fernandes nga Real Madrid yagala Bruno Fernandes ngemtaddeko millions 9. So but I don't think he will let him go. Manchester United webe yagala kuzimba ekintu ekyamanyi. I think they have to build this team around Bruno Fernandes. Because well, he's their star player, he's their captain, and he's a really talented player. He's one of those best midfielders between them Premier League. So Manchester United webe yagala ku building ekintu, they have start from Bruno Fernandes. So nga tumaliriza amawulire gaffe ngenda batwalako ku Morgan Rogers. Ono mwana yaliko mu academy ya Manchester City n'ebiseera ebyo baamuta. So kati asambira Aston Villa ate Manchester City badde yagamba nti yagala kumuzza yagala mugula naye lwakuba baali tebatadde ka buying clause mu contract ye. But this guy is really good. Ono guy musambe mulungi. Manchester City kati eri mu rebuilding process, especially kati nga abasajja nga ba De Bruyne bali mu kugenda. So they really need these young players, this real energy to partner with them bakube ekintu. So Morgan Rogers Manchester City mutaddeko amaaso egamba bagala omuza ku Etihad Stadium. Then away from that tuddawa Moise Kean. Moise Kean ali ku form wano mu Fiorentina. Ono guy simanyi na kumanya. He's one of those top strikers katube tulina wano mu Europe. Nenga guy ono yajja mu Everton omupiira ne gugaana ne yadenda mu Fiorentina ate n'akikubira ddala. Wabadde rumors nyingi teams enyingi wano mu Bungereza zimutaddeko amaaso. Teams nga zi Arsenal, zi Spurs, zi Manchester United zeetaaga striker zitadde Moise Kean ono mwana wa Italy zimutaddeko amaaso ba scouts baabwe. So byebyo naye nga teweerabira okusubscribinga ku channel yaffe wano ku CBM Radio. Tubeerawo n'amawulire gaffe kati tugenda beera nga tubaweereza amawulire especially beyond the game ku sports edition yaffe every Monday and Friday from 5 to 7 p.m. Nja kubeera mbaweereza wano era kati ku Friday ngenda kubanga mbaweereza nanyo ne predictions. Mwena abasiba akapapula ng'ogendayo n'okwata over golo n'oguwulira mpira ne kusooka ne kutuulamu. Naye nga tugenda banga tubaweereza amawulire gaffe ku sports. Then teweerabira tubeera wano ku National ICT Hub wane Nakawa gye tusinziira. So mbadde Denzel mani ngamba wa sports edition. Yeah man, see you. Bye.